Hi everyone, in this video I'll be showing you all of the actions you can take in a game of mini moons. If you've missed my video on how to set up, I'll put the link in the description below. But yeah, I'll go through some of the actions that you'll be taking in this game. So during the setup, I did reveal my starting space. So I do have my ship, my meeple, and this counter here. Starting with exploring the unknown, you could reduce your oxygen tracking by 2 to reveal an adjacent face-down exploration card. So if I were to do that, as an example, I would maybe flip this over, decrease by 2 on my oxygen track, and then move to that location. And after that, I have to do whatever is on the card if there's a lightning bolt. So I could choose to either lose 2 energy or 2 oxygen. So in this case, I'll lose 2 energy. Another available action is retracing your steps. So you could reduce your oxygen by 1 and move to an already revealed adjacent exploration card. So I could move back here, reducing my oxygen by 1. I'm not revealing it, so I'm here and I only need to spend 1 oxygen to do it. I could also use a technological edge, so I could make use of one of my technologies in my player area. So in this case, I could discard this to ignore, and in fact, I could have used it to ignore the decrease of the 2 energy that I decided to take, or I could discard this to gain a mineral. I have 0 mineral, so I think I will discard this to gain 1. All right. So mining. So mining is something that you can do on your turn. So this is actually a mine. I can mine 3 times on this card. To take a mine action, I had to reduce my energy by 1. So I'll go ahead and go down to 8. And I roll both of these dice. Let's roll. And it's a 6 and a 3. A little hard to see because these are translucent, but it is a 6 and a 3. Looking at these two, the small moon shows a 4, the large moon shows a 5. Currently, this moon is a small moon, so you'll only have to beat a 4 with 1 of the yellow dice. So in this case, the 6 actually beats the 4. So that means the mining succeeds. I get to lower this black die down by 1, so it's down to 2. And then I get to take any one of these face down mineral cards. I'll just take the one that's kind of red on top. So this shows me a technology card. So I get to draw a card from the deck and place it in the player area. And I'll return this to the mineral deck. I get to draw a card, and this is Stash. So I could discard this to gain, nice, 1 fuel, 2 oxygen, and 1 energy. Or I could discard for a mineral. That's pretty neat. So that is what mining does. If you were to mine and the moon is empty of all of these mineral cards, all move actions cost 1 less due to lowered gravity. And just so you know, if I were to reveal another card that has a mine, only 1 mine can be active at a time. So I would remove the black die from this card and move it to the new mine, kind of just setting up that mine all over again. So this would reset to the number that's on the new mine. So that's how that would work. So you might be wondering about the spaceship, because you did see me move the meeple around a little bit. So moving the spaceship can only happen if the meeple is located on the same card. So if I were here, I wouldn't be able to move the spaceship. But since in this example, I moved the meeple back to this mining card where the spaceship was, I can consider using a movement, or they call it flight. So a short flight requires you to pay 1 fuel. So that allows you to move the spaceship and the meeple to any other exploration card within the same moon system. So I wouldn't be able to move to this moon, but I'd be able to just kind of stay here on this moon. So that's any other, which is pretty cool. And if you didn't reveal that exploration card, then you would just have to reveal it when you land there. Another thing you could do is a long flight. In that case, you have to pay the fuel cost indicated on the map card between you and the destination. So if I wanted to move away from this entire area to this location, I have to pay 2. And then I would set up the moons as needed. All right. And then after you end up moving all the way from this moon system to here, you would win the game. And then the end game scoring gives you 1 point per rescued cat. And when you're rescuing a cat, let me see if I can reveal a card that has one. Nope. I don't see a cat cave anywhere. Oh, here we go. So this is a cat cave. That's what that looks like. So my goal, if I had this revealed, knowing that there's a cat hiding, my goal would be to get a treat, which I could trade in 3 minerals to gain 1 cat treat. And I could spend it to gain a cat. And one of the cats would be in this deck. So for example, I drew this one. And then this would permanently be something I can use on a future action. It says once per moon system, flip 3 face up on each moon. And that's pretty helpful because you don't really know what's face down in the middle of each of these moons. All right. And I think with the short flight, I may have misspoken where I said we wouldn't be able to use a short flight to go here, but that is part of the moon system right now. The long flight allows you to travel between moon systems, which also has 2 other moons. But this current moon system does consist of both of these, and it would allow me to move here if I needed to. But again, to be able to use a flight, you have to make sure your meeple is with your spaceship, which, you know, makes logical sense because spaceships need a pilot typically. All right, so I think I went over all of the possible actions in mini moons. Of course, you could always convert to do something, so that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know, and I appreciate you watching. Bye.